Hi guys!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, let's clap for this.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming back again.
Thank you for the love on our previous video.
It was massive.
Massive.
So we are back again with another interesting video because we want to be giving you guys back to back.
Hot.
Okay, so what do we have today?
I think maybe you should tell them.
Okay, as you can see from the title of the video, this is a very, I feel like it's quite sensitive. So we'll be discussing 8 signs to tell you are in a toxic relationship. Yes. So because I feel like these days is very rampant, and we've had like cases whereby people are in toxic relationships and they do not even know, or they don't know how to get out of it.
Okay, so we're just putting it as 8. Of course, definitely there are more than this.
Yeah, tons of it.
You can also call this red flags. When you see them,
Red flags. Run.
Okay, so let's get to the video. First thing is, okay, when you have constant criticism is not a bad thing, constructive criticisms, okay?
True.
But when you have a partner that is always, you did this, why did you do this way? Why did you do that this way?
And just belittling you.
Yeah, belittling you. Why did you do this? Why are you always
finding fault?
Always finding fault, yeah.
In whatever, and just making you like feeling unworthy and all of that.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's something you have to be very watchful of. And if possible, run. Okay.
Okay, moving on to the second point. If you have a partner that is not supportive. And what do I mean by not supportive? He's not supportive of your dreams. He's not supportive of your ideas. Like, you're bringing brilliant ideas and he's not even supportive of it. He ditches your ideas into the bin, into the trash. He does not see it as making sense. I mean, like, there's sometimes that you bring an idea. I mean, there is sometimes that I bring ideas to my husband and he's like, okay, I think this will not sit well. And what is the next response? He will in turn look for a way to make it sit right. Do you understand? So, but if somebody just dashes it against the wall, is not supportive of you, you're bringing something to the table and he's like, nah, fam, yeah. No. I don't think that is a healthy way to move on in that relationship. What do you think, love?
I think so too. Okay, so someone who is not supportive, like my wife mentioned, someone who is not supportive of your dreams, not supportive of what you want to do and all of that, you guys might get lethargic, you might get tired of that relationship.
Because he'll just be weighing you down. Yeah, trying to go up, he's trying to pull you down. Nah, fam. And he's not even proud of like what you're doing. Do you understand? Like, you're doing like legit stuff and he's still not proud of you. He's telling you, don't do this or don't do that and all of that. Meanwhile, before he met you on that, say, take for instance, that job, Yeah. So the third point is manipulation. You see this part? We can sit on this table. I feel like there are some people that when you're in a relationship with a man or a woman that has like manipulative behavior, manipulates you, gaslights you, or guilt trip you, for instance. Take for instance, what do I mean by gaslighting? Take for instance, you're in a company of friends, the friends that you're used to and all of that, and he or she carries like a cold shoulder as to why you're spending this time with this person. He's already having attitudes because you're spending time with your friends, and meanwhile you chat with them, go out on trips with them and all of that. Or is guilt tripping you. You have an argument or something and it's like, oh, you did this, it's because of you, and it is constant. I feel like it is not a problem if maybe you have an argument, right? And you sort it out and you're like, okay, you did this and all of that. There are places for constructive corrections, right? But when it becomes manipulative, you manipulate this person to think every time this person is always at fault. You don't try to own up to some responsibilities. You don't try to own up to some faults. Meanwhile, it is a two-way something. It's a two-way relationship, it's a two-way business, right? So it is very important. Please let your legs be touching the back of your head, if that makes sense. So what I'm trying to say is, if this is repetitive, right? If it is going on and it is affecting your mental health, right? Yes. The next point.
Okay, so that will lead us to the next point, which is excessive jealousy. Okay. I think this is more with men.
Talk to the men
than women. Okay, so advice for the women now. If you with a guy who is always jealous of, like, always jealous, excessive, you cannot just stand and talk to a guy.
Monitoring
The guy is always jealous. My wife said monitoring spirit. Guy is always jealous. Like, this excessive, just I don't know what to call this, man, but sometimes it's very, very, very irritating. He doesn't want you to spend time with your friends, like, not just even male friends now, for example, even female friends, always, isolating you from your friends and family, which is very, 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 very,
Isolation.
very, very bad. Because, for example, if he isolates you from your friends and family and then something goes on with your relationship, who do you want to talk to? Okay? Who do you want to talk to about that relationship? Or who do you want to talk to? Another thing is, when someone isolates you from the people who can correct you, or people who can, talk sense into you, I think that's a red flag. You should do something about it.
Not a green flag, not a yellow flag. It is a red flag.
And what you should do is what?
Run. Why are they always running in this video? So at this point, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel,
It's the time we'll be watching you like this.
we have some words against you. So please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel before you continue to watch the rest of the video. Hit it. So the fifth point, I think, yes, the fifth point is emotional abuse, verbal, in fact, any form of abuse. I feel like a lot of times,
Emotional or physical abuse.
physical abuse, I feel like a lot of times people don't talk about a type of abuse, which is the verbal abuse. You see, the verbal abuse, it is a thing. If a man or a woman constantly abuse you verbally, emotionally, physically, she keeps hitting you. And I feel like this is not only for the man, even though we have a lot of like cases with like men hitting the women, or a man hitting his woman.
Women also
beat men. Let's be guided, right?
Oh my
so
goodness.
It is very important. And I feel like this stems also sometimes from their past trauma, their family background. So it is very important. So these are things you should also talk about. So that once you start seeing all of these things, it is a major sign of a toxic or a harmful relationship. Because if he's beating you, if she's hitting you in that relationship, he or she will do worse things
When you
in
guys are
marriage.
married.
Do you understand? And once the ring is in it, God hates divorce, right? So it is very important you choose these things very carefully. And even in marriage, if you're also experiencing such,
I think
so sorry
I think
about
yeah,
that.
so sorry about that, but
Yeah.
I believe it's best, especially when it comes to physical abuse. I
Yes.
think it's best if you guys are separate while
For a
you
while,
solve for a
yes.
while you solve the issues.
Yes.
That
And resolve
then
it
you can
if-
resolve it before coming together.
Yes.
But
It
because
is very
sometimes it
important.
can lead to loss of life, and
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So next point I want to talk about, the sixth point. Okay, constant conflict. Always fighting. You guys are always having constant conflict. Like, it's, I don't know,
Argument.
argument. It could show that most likely there's some form of communication issues between the both of you. Okay, so I think it's something you want to, you want to reassess and say, am I ready to go on with this? Somebody who is, always arguing or quarreling or over flimsy things. Okay, yeah, some people are actually some people
Petty.
are, yeah, not just even petty. Some people have personality disorder, some people are bipolar. Yeah, so I guess you want to watch out for that
Yeah.
as well.
So I think I also need to add this, that it's also very important that in all of these things, you also still give grace, right?
Yeah,
You still
definitely.
give grace. So it's not like a one-off thing, I'm out, right? Because there are some people that if you talk it over, there could be some changes, right? But if you are saying, just like what my husband said about, like, it is constant, it is a thing that is happening over and over again, it is not a sign of a healthy relationship, really. The second to the last point,
Seventh point.
the seventh point, is loss of trust. See, and this one, it will only take the grace of God to be able to come back, to be honest, when trust is broken. And I don't mean like once. There's a difference when trust is broken once, you come back together, you sort out issues, you sort out your differences, and everybody's fine. But when there is repeated lies, repeated deceits, constant lies, constant deceit, it makes that trust to be shaken. If it's like boom, boom, boom. But jokes apart, right? It does not make that relationship solid, because the other party is already having a divided thoughts. Meaning, you can take, for instance, you are out with a friend, or maybe you even went on a vacation, right? The other person is already like, are you sure you are where you are?
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because, and this is stemming from the place of constant, like, it is repeated lies, repeated deceit. If you say A, you meet you at B. If you say C, just forget it is Z. That is already out of place. So if you're already having loss of trust, if you do, and this is one thing I tell people, if you do not trust that partner enough whilst you are even dating, I feel like you should rethink, reassess it if you really want to go ahead. The reason is this: the trust will not be built in marriage. It will not.
Yeah.
If there is already a broken trust or broken trust in your relationship, it is best you are sure. The reason is because you might also still be pointing back to what was done, and it is not healthy for
Yeah,
you. It is not good to build your relationship, your marriage on such pedestal. It is very important you are sure that you can be able to go on with it. What do you have to add to it, love?
Okay. Loss of trust can, aside from it being, the person having an affair with another person. Sometimes it could just be, the person made a promise and not fulfilling it, or maybe swindled. Not so. Let's not use the word swindle right now. Okay, let's just say, okay, maybe you guys were trying to make an investment together, and then the person took the money. So it's something you want to evaluate.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, can I continue with this, or am I
Or we
just
go
going
part ways.
or both part ways? Okay. So last but not the least point, of course, you could add yours to the comment section, right?
Yeah.
Okay, is when you always feel unhappy around this person. You're always tired, you feel drained, you feel like emotionally, yeah, you just feel you're not always lively, you're not happy around this person. Of course, if it's someone you're going to spend the rest of your life with, you should always be happy, anytime the person is around, you feel joy, but something just puts you off. That could be a sign as well, I believe. And okay, to add to that point, is when, for example, okay, the person just leaves you like 2 weeks, doesn't communicate, and then all of a sudden has something to watch out for. You want to add something to that, love?
Or like what you're saying is the person just goes, like, more like absconds.
Yeah, like for like
Just
2 weeks, doesn't communicate.
MIA.
Yeah, doesn't communicate, doesn't.
And that comes back again and starts doing lovey-dovey, and you're like, where were you? Like, where were you when? So I think it is actually very important. I feel like, of course, it's not like it's every time you are happy, or you are busting out with joy, like an outburst. Oh, my partner is here. Oh, you're very excited and like you're head over heels, right? So, but I think the general happiness, like you feel this sense of relief, you are safe with this person. This person is more like a safe haven, is like a safe place for you. You are at peace with this person. So I think it is actually very important. And I feel like these points we have made, it is not limited to these. We are keeping the comment section open to everyone. If you have more points, I know you have, will be reading your comments, and I'm sure quite a number of people will be reading it as well. If you have questions there too, you can drop it, and experienced people too would also be able to answer. Thank you so much for
Thank
sticking around.
you.
We love you
We
so
love
much,
you.
and have a blessed week. Remain blessed, stay fabulous, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.
Bye.